Hey everyone, welcome to the Kolex Esports channel, and today we're talking about the HRO platform, the upcoming HRO digital drops, and of course what you can kind of look forward to for the platform based on the existing tech that we have seen from Kolex, which it is powered by. For those of you that don't know what HRO is, it is the new kind of central hub for hybrid and digital trading cards in the DC universe. So a very, very exciting product that is based off some, well, very special tech with some good experiences. So let's take a little bit of a look into that. Now, first of all, Kolex is what we're going to talk about. And Kolex is the main tech that HRO is built off of. And it's really awesome because Kolex is currently the biggest esports collectible, let's say, hub platform in the entire world. Basically, there are millions and millions of digital and physical hybrid trading cards and NFTs. They work with one of the largest esports company in the world, ESL, for partnered products. And on top of that, they've just got about 4 years of experience working with professional teams, creating high quality cards, and overall just building this platform out, which HRO is now built on. On top of working with Kolex, additionally, Kolex has other platforms that they have kind of built, that they are working with, partnerships which are also worth you knowing about, such as Collective, which is their first and was their kind of, main NFT hub, working with some incredible artists such as Xcopy. They've done, millions of sales there. They've done some incredible art pieces, really worth taking a look at, and one of the places you can get a HRO whitelist spot from. And on top of that, another partnership through the Collective and Kolex platform is Bicycles NFT. Now, if you're not familiar with Bicycles, I'm sure you've held one of their cards, you just might not realize it, because they are the biggest playing card company in the entire world, basically. So, a lot of good partnerships. They've built some incredible and interesting products. So overall, you should be very excited for the HRO platform and what is to come with the tech and experience that has been built going into this upcoming platform and, well, the next release in both digital and their upcoming physicals. So let's jump into this and let's get started with the HRO platform. Now, first of all, hro.gg, you are going to have a link down in the description below. Head over to the website, make sure you're in one of the allocated countries for using the website, and just register. Once you've registered, once you've verified, you're going to get to this page, which is the home page. And first of all, what we're going to be focusing on this video is we're going to be talking about their kind of upcoming digital drop that is happening within the next 24 hours. I mean, on my screen it says 28 hours, but by the time I've edited this, it'll be about 24 hours. And also about the kind of Kolex platform and what you can potentially expect to see on the HRO platform and what you should be looking forward to and knowing what you can do as soon as you jump into the application and you are ready. So first of all, it's important to know that the first digital drop that is coming out happens, as I said, within the next 24 hours. And the way this drop is set up is it's going to be $50 a pack. There are going to be 3 cards in every pack, apart from one, which we'll explain in a minute. And there are going to be 10,600 packs. And the reason that I said one more is that there is going to be one pack in all of those that will contain a special 4th card, which is going to be a super rare one-of-one mythical card. Now, whoever gets that, you are the luckiest person alive. Congratulations, and I can't wait to see, and I hope you get your reaction recorded because that will be a gem. Now, let's take a look at what this drop is actually including and what you can kind of expect to get your hands on. Now, first of all, once you've logged in, you're going to have to get yourself ready for this drop. Now, we'll talk about what you're going to be able to get before how. And that is, you're going to jump into the application and head over to the collection section. And from here, you will select the digital exclusive. And this is going to allow you to see all of the individual cards that will be available in the upcoming HRO digital exclusive drop. These are not the physical hybrids, although apparently there is something a little bit special coming on that soon. I do apologize, my internet is a tiny bit slow. So as you can see here, this is the Black Mass card. That is limited to 1,600 copies. As for the uncommons, they're 1,200 of each. Batman Universe, 800 copies each. Epics cards, you know, they're 400 each, such as the Joker. This is personally one of my favorite cards. I think this just looks incredible. And then to top it off is there are going to be two, and I mean this, two legendary cards, such as the Riddler. Now, for me, I think these look incredible. I can't wait to see them. But there's two more special surprises, and that is the Batman card, which is the super rare limited one-of-one card, which only one person is going to be able to get their hands on. Unfortunately, my internet is having a very hard time right now. Look how beautiful that is, really. It's also animated. My internet is just not backing me up on this. And then the second one, which is a second mythic card. And this one's a little bit different because this is limited to 100 and you can't just go and open this. These are going to be dedicated reward cards for the top 100 people on the leaderboard for the digital drop. But we'll explain how you get that when we talk about mins as well. So we've talked briefly about the kind of application as a whole. We've talked about the upcoming digital drop, how many cards you're going to be able to get, how much it's going to cost. We've looked at a few of the artworks, which look incredible, by the way. Now, let's talk about how you can kind of navigate the application a little bit. The key points here are going to be collection. This is where you're going to be able to find all of your owned cards, whether you want to go for the digitals only or the hybrids. You're going to have packs, which is where you're going to be able to find upcoming available pack drops. Trading. This is a nice feature in its all, and we will show you. Actually, Scabby is talked in the chat. So let's use Scabby as an example. You go to trade, and what you can do here, for example, is you can find the type of cards, how many you actually need from what they own. And from there, you can kind of go in, okay, you can see he has 2 copies. These he can't request because they're unimmutable. Let's talk about this one. It also shows you how many points you're going to get from the cards you need. So let's go here. Both of them are unimmutable, but for some reason we can select this one. So let's select this one. You can see this would give you 65 points. You add it to the trade. You would go and put on kind of your items out. It shows you the kind of trade score delta. Does this look relatively fair or not? And from there you can decide, do I want to accept? Do I not want to accept? And that gives you the overall point. Then we have the market, and the market has a special feature that we haven't seen on Kolex yet, which actually gives us a lot of excitement for, which is here you can see the digital copies of the hybrid physical cards being able to be sold directly on the marketplace and traded. Now, when you go into looking at a card, you will be able to see what the mint number of a card is, how much, the score, and whether you want to directly buy it, as well as whether the person is open to offers or not. And here you can change the order of the mints or the order of the score, and you can go from there deciding what you want to look at. On top of that, it is worth noting that you will be able to search through different card types, different tiers. So overall, there are a lot of options. And also the one that's worth keeping an eye on is packs, because with this digital only drop, you will be able to keep the packs sealed and sell them later on the HRO marketplace. It is worth noting you cannot transfer packs off to the L1 or the L2 network. However, once you open a pack, you will be able to transfer your cards. From there, you can also see the leaderboard. This gives you an idea of who has the most cards, the most points. Going to be very important to be keeping an eye on this if you want one of those top 100 mythic cards. And then, of course, there is quests. Now, this will open up and it'll elaborate a lot more as time goes on. And then finally, asset wallet. Essentially here, you connect your MetaMask or whatever you're choosing to do. And this is where you'll be able to see what you have as NFTs as your assets. So now that we've talked about how to kind of navigate through the application, what you can do, I think it's time to jump into something a little bit special. So the big question is, how can you get involved in the upcoming digital drop as a very kind of special thing? Now, there are two aspects to this. The first is the whitelist pre-sale, and if you want to get hold of a whitelist spot, then I recommend checking out some of the kind of Twitters and Discord for the kind of Kolex partners, Kolex, Collective, and Bicycles NFT, as well as obviously HRO's own Discord, but you have to be quick because those whitelist slots may already have all been gone or going very, very fast. Whitelisters and public slots will be limited to 10 packs each only, and after the whitelist pre-sale is finished, you will be able to buy them as a public sale. Make sure to top up balance on the website in advance. I recommend the website, not the application, because Apple and Google Play, they do have kind of unfortunate fees. So if you're going to do that, head over there and, get what you need to do and get ready, because I know I can't wait for this drop and I hope you're as excited as well. But let's talk a little bit more about mint numbers. Now, every card does have a mint number, and on top of that, they are important because each different mint number gives you a different amount of points. And here is a perfect example, is looking at this 2022 Wonder Woman Legend, which has, let's say, almost 14,000 copies. You can see here that mint 11,288 gives you 70 points, but 2370 gives you 76 points. It could be, however, that mint 1 gives you 100 points, or in some cases that we've seen in Kolex, 150 points. The general point being is that the lowest number possible, 1, is going to give you the most points, and the highest possible number is going to give you the worst points. Now, these are super important to be familiar with because of the leaderboards, as I mentioned earlier, and how you're going to get there. So when you are opening your cards, please pay attention to the mint numbers, because the last thing you want to do is accidentally sell a card that could be worth a lot more than you thought, and then you could have something really special that people might want to get their hands on. Now let's talk about moving your special cards into NFTs, specifically the IMX and the L1 network. Now here I'm using the Kolex platform because unfortunately I don't have any of my HRO cards yet. And as you can see, when you go to your card page, you go through collections, you find the card that you have, you open up the card. It will look very different on the HRO page, but in general the thing you're going to be looking for is the same, which is the withdraw button. Now here you can see my withdraw button is blue. This is going to allow me to take it to the L2 IMX network, whereas when you're going through this process, there will also be a button available to transfer this to the L1 network. Now please, big warning to you, is moving to the L2 network is free. Trading on IMX, etc., it has its own fees and stuff, not really got gas fees. If you do move this one to the L1 network, you will have to pay the gas fees to move the card. If you don't, your card will be put into a limbo state because you've made the decision to move it but not commit to the transfer. So please only move cards to the L1 network if you are 100% sure and you are ready to pay the gas fees. But overall, that is how you're going to turn your digital or your hybrid cards into the NFTs. Now, I'd like to wrap this video up with two final points, which is first of all this incredible reward card. I would love to know all of your opinions, what you think of the leaderboards in general, and the fact that, by being in the top 100, you can get your hands on one of these super unique cards that are only going to be available that way. And two, let's switch to the full camera for this bit.